Divisions remain among House Republicans as they try to pass President Trump's legislative agenda. Speaker Mike Johnson told reporters on Capitol Hill Wednesday he still intends to hold a vote on the budget package by Memorial Day. Those comments come as a new estimate from the Congressional Budget Office found the bill in its current form would raise the federal deficit by $3.8 trillion over 10 years, mostly from the president's proposed tax cuts. GOP leaders and members of the Conservative Freedom Caucus who were demanding deep spending cuts and changes to Medicaid met with the president at the White House Wednesday. Speaker Johnson spoke with reporters on Capitol Hill after.
I think we're in a very good place. I think that all of our colleagues here will really like this final product, and I think we're going to move forward. I think it will be one of the most consequential pieces of legislation that Congress has ever passed, and it's going to do great things for every American.
CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion joins us now. Nikole, what is the CBO report telling us about how this bill would impact Medicaid and food assistance?
Yeah, well, keep in mind, this isn't the final say-so from the Congressional Budget Office. This is one of several analyses that they have put out. But according to this latest analysis, it projects that upwards of $3.8 trillion could be added to the deficit because of this package, which could also include cuts or reductions, upwards of $700 billion for Medicaid, $267 billion for SNAP. We did speak with a Medicaid recipient who was up here on Capitol Hill, one of several who was up here lobbying lawmakers not to back this package. Take a listen to what she told me when I asked her about Republican claims that they're simply just targeting waste, fraud, and abuse.
I say it's baloney. I want accountability. Our families are not waste. Our families are not committing fraud. We rely on those doctor's visits, on those therapists, on the psychologists to help us regulate anger issues that my child has. Not at any given point are we considering, how are we going to make sure that we use the system to get as much as we can from it. At this point, we just try to survive.
So this woman that I spoke to, she came all the way from Texas to lobby lawmakers. She actually is not on Medicaid, but she relies on it for treatments for her two children who are autistic. So she told me it is critical in terms of allowing her to get treatments for her children, therapy for her children, speech assistance for her children. And so from that standpoint, she is concerned about potentially losing that coverage. Additionally, she told me she was concerned if work requirements are implemented into this package, which remains under discussion because she says she has tried to apply for Medicaid and she is not working right now, mostly because she's taking care of her two kids. And so she said, if there are work requirements, that could be challenging. It's just yet another hurdle to potentially try to get some of these benefits because she spends so much time caring for her kids. How is an employer going to understand that commitment or want to hire her if she has to kind of juggle those two things?
It's interesting because there's sometimes a perception that people are just on the couch collecting some of these benefits. Before we let you go, there have been sort of two factions of holdouts. One is the Freedom Caucus. They wanted to go even further with changes to Medicaid and work requirements. And then we had the SALT Caucus. These are lawmakers who wanted that state and local tax deduction to be even higher. Where are both of these factions right now?
Yeah, well, we know that talks continue behind closed doors as they have for the better part of today. We know members of the House Freedom Caucus also met with the president. They were encouraged by a White House proposal that was put on the table with respect to Medicaid and with respect to this issue of repealing some of these clean energy subsidies under the Inflation Reduction Act, which came under President Biden. So they were encouraged by that, but at the same time, they continue to insist they're kind of not there yet until some of these changes that they are seeking are codified into this package. As far as those SALT members, it appears that the speaker has reached a tentative agreement with them in terms of potentially raising the cap on deductions for state and local taxes, which is something they had been pushing for to ease the burden on their constituents in places like New York and California. But again, all of that still needs to be wrapped up in a neat bow in terms of legislatively so that this package can move forward.
Nikole Killion, thank you.